What's going on, guys? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. In this video, I'm just going to talk about a song and just explain it to you in the way that I would want to explain to me when I was beginning my spiritual journey. I know I've been down the road. I've been going after my spiritual journey, my spiritual gains, my spiritual enlightenment for a while now. I've been searching for it for around 4 to 5 years now. And when I was starting, I was super not understanding exactly what was going on. So this video is for you if you want to be informed on exactly how to go along with this music stuff. Now, what do I mean by this music stuff? Now, everything in life is going to be coming at you. Left and right, things are coming at you. At your brain, at your consciousness, at your thought source. At the thought source, it's coming for you and it wants to take this thought source from you and it wants you to conform to whatever thought source it wants you to conform to. For instance, the news wants you to conform to that thought source that they're giving you. I'm not telling you don't listen to the news. I just want you to be aware that when you listen to the news, that there is a thought source that you're going towards. It's like you're falling into that narrative. Instead of having the natural free thought source, you're falling into a paradigm. You're falling into a different thought source. So that's just what I want to begin with. That the way that you think matters. Now, why does it matter? Because what you think is what you will be. What you think that you are, what you think that you deserve is what you will be. You have so much power inside of you to make so much change in your own life. Even I sometimes sit down and make a mistake and I realize I brought that mistake onto me. From the way that I'm reacting, from the way that I'm acting, from the way that I'm projecting my life to be, I'm bringing that onto me. Now, the song that I'd really like to talk about today is Everything That's Missing by Big Sean. Now, this song came out a while ago when I was still at the beginning parts of my spiritual journey. And this song helped encapsulate everything that was going on in my head within it. Now, I'm just going to show you a few lyrics, walk you through it, and show you exactly what it means, how to apply it to your life, and why we're on this right path in life, and why we are here, and how to make the most of this experience that we have, this RPG game called life. How to make this experience the best. So for those of you that are riding with me, let's get it, let's dive deep, and let's open up our thinking caps and finally lock into this song. So the song starts with a little intro where someone says mainly, whatever you say means something, this is in you. You ain't gotta try that hard. Now, this always hits me as home. Like, whatever you say means something. There's actually meaning behind your words. Like, you think your words are just things that when you walk around and you're like, yo, goddamn, like, yo, I hate myself. I'm so bad at this. I can't do this. I will never be anything. When you negate yourself, you think it's just words, but there's actually something behind it. Now, how can I prove it to you? Yeah, I just showed you a little script. I just showed you a lyric. That lyric isn't proving it. But even behind that, let's think about it. When you say something, you're programming yourself to believe that. In a sense, if you're constantly saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you're gonna start believing that is actually the truth. The same way that when I go to school and I'm like, okay, yo, like Christopher Columbus discovered America. Christopher Columbus discovered America. Eventually, I'm gonna start believing that Christopher Columbus discovered America. The same way that you say some negative things to yourself, you're going to be constantly saying those negative things and believing in those negative things in your life. Now, why is this important? Well, in a relationship, let's say in a relationship, you do some sketchy stuff on your own, you sit down and you devour whatever, you go into your own different realm, you talk to other people, you watch stuff you shouldn't be watching. When you do stuff like this, it fragments the relationship and it takes that relationship aspect out of it. You can't fully give yourself to that relationship because there's the external forces in you. There's that force within you where you are giving your attention elsewhere. That's just the philosophical answer to this question. Yes, there is a scientific answer to this question. That video will be out on this channel in the upcoming weeks where I fully break down why this stuff matters and why you should focus on it too, because it's a little bit weird out here. So this is just a philosophical answer, and you've probably heard this answer as well multiple times, just to actually look at your thoughts, because your thoughts are real things. I've been preaching that thoughts are real things, because once you discover that your thoughts are real things and they're not just boom, 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 that you can actually control that movement within it, that's when it starts to be like, okay, yo, now I kind of understand why I should think a different way, why I kind of understand why I should live a different lifestyle. Now I kind of understand how to be in control of my life. It starts to give you the control. When you control your thoughts, you control what you do. You control what you're gonna do when you wake up. You control what you're gonna eat. You control where you're gonna work, who you're gonna talk to, what you're gonna consume. You start controlling things instead of being controlled. Like, let's say a control mechanism, TikTok per se. You swipe on the TikTok and you look at your time, and the time says like, yo, it's like 1:30. You're like, okay, cool, I still have like 20 minutes. You swipe. It's the summertime. I understand you don't have any obligations, but you swipe. All of a sudden it's 7 p.m. The sun's about to come down, and you've been swiping, watching girls dance, watch guys talk nonsense. You just keep swiping, and you don't realize that you're putting your attention into something that is not you and something that is not benefiting you. Yes, there are benefits within TikTok. Yes, there are benefits with Instagram Reels. Yes, there are benefits on this YouTube stuff too. People telling you like, hey, yo, cook this, cook that, do this, play this, do this. People teaching you stuff. You go to the gym, your form's wrong. People telling you that stuff is wrong and how to fix it. Yes, it's great for social stuff, but you also aren't really doing much with that. Watching girls dance and do a TikTok dance is not it. Bro, it's 2024 type, It's 2024, and we're really gonna sit and watch girls dance for 3 hours. What kind of stuff are we on? What does that say about us? That speaks perversion to me. That speaks something that's not really open to me. That speaks someone who doesn't fully understand themselves, to me. That's what it says. That's what it fully says. So in the sense, if you want to level up yourself, you got to look at who you are and your habits. You got to see what is consuming my thoughts. I'm not saying fully just, I am big brain, I control everything I do. It's just being aware that you send your thoughts down different ways. And the ways that you send your thoughts down will manifest itself through the words that you also say. If you say words, that will also help your thoughts come into that light, Let's say I'm looking for a red car. I love this example so much. Let's say I'm looking for a red car. I'm like, I want to see a red car. If I'm driving down the street and I'm looking for a red car, I put my life on it that in the next 10 minutes, I will see a red car if I'm looking for it. If you look for these things, you will see these things, and you will constantly be looking for these things. Now, if I say I am a failure in life, I will go around in life and I will constantly be searching for things that prove that I'm a failure in life. That's kind of like a little acceptance, like you kind of search for that. In a sense, that's how I live my life. That's how my body works. That's how my mind works. And I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of your guys' mind works, in the sense that when you search for something, you start to see that. If you search for opportunity, you will see opportunity. If you search for negative stuff, you will find those negative stuff, and it will validate it. There will be things externally that validate everything that you say. If you look for that failure, I promise you, you will see that failure. So why are you looking for that failure? Do you want to be a failure? Like dead ass, do you want to be a failure? Because if you do want to be a failure, then you're doing a pretty good job, because you're already thinking about those things. But if you don't want to be a failure, then why would you search for that? Why would you openly want to do that? You have to ask yourself these questions. You have to sit down and actually ask yourself. Like, this is just a YouTube video to kind of like introduce you to this kind of stuff. And if you're fully interested in the way that I talk, I do have a Discord server now. So the Discord server is the top link in the description below. You can come chat with me. I'll definitely answer within 24 hours. You can easily find me. I'm there. I'm in the Discord server. I also do contests and giveaways. So for people that kind of want like an incentive, like an extra incentive, other than just the community aspect, we do have giveaways. Like this past week, we gave away $40 on Tuesday to a winner. It was a pretty easy contest to join. It's mostly just to get you guys interactive with the server, and obviously to know that the server is around and it is in existence, and there is ideas put into it. So if you're interested in that, just go to that. But back to this video idea, you have to know that you have to control your thoughts, and whatever you say means something. That's what I really like to claim it as. Now, the chorus starts with, there's no romance in without the pain, just like there's no loss without some gain, just like there's no day without a blessing, just like no paydays without finessing. Now, I love this part right here. Now, there's no romance without the pain. People say relationships are cool. Yeah, relationships are a fun time. You get like a companion to come with you to do stuff. You guys get to do stuff together you both like. You guys both get to watch movies. You guys both like to cuddle. Like an actual person there beside you physically. It's cool. And someone who understands you emotionally, and potentially someone who understands you spiritually. But there's still struggle with it, You are not that person, and you're going to be struggling throughout it. And a lot of my own philosophy and a lot of that I've studied, I see that on a small microsm, like in a small scale. What we see on that small scale projects itself outwards, like if my relationship, for example, my relationship is cool, it's cool, you have a relationship, you are with someone and there's something with it and you guys grow together. But through that growth, the growth comes through pain, through struggle also. There's struggle in a relationship. The same way that in life, there is struggle throughout your growth. The same way that in society, there is struggle for that growth to come. You see what I mean? How like on a smaller scale, that small thing, like you in the relationship between a person is exactly the same as you in the relationship with yourself and society and its relationship with itself. And in the whole galactic world, that's exactly what we're saying right there. That there is pain, but to evolve and to grow from that pain, that's the truth. That's where it fully happens. That's where you see the beauty of life, that you can fully experience who you are going to be through growing yourself. And the growth happens through pain. You aren't going to change for free, In a sense, they sell so much material. There's so many courses, Courses nowadays are booming, I ain't going to sell a course, but courses are booming. And they're going for like $40 to $500. People are monthly just paying this money out. And they're paying and they're learning these courses. Good for them. Good for them. I would never be a course guy. Hope you guys aren't going to be course. I just don't see courses being like that. Because all that material and courses are on YouTube for free. And we aren't going to YouTube for that. We want to pay that. It's kind of in the same sense that pain brings growth. You pay that money out and you also grow. It's like you kind of attach yourself to it. It's the attachment to it. That's how I'd fully say it. You attach yourself to that situation through the pain, through an argument. You attach yourself because you kind of have your own personal thing in that argument. And then that allows you to grow into a better person. That's how I'd fully say it. So there's no romance without the pain, because without pain, you aren't going to have that personal attachment into the romance in order to grow that romance. Yes, you can constantly want to grow that relationship, but try it out, bro. Instead of just looking and trying to disprove everything I say, get a girl and try to check it out. And you'll see exactly what I'm saying, and it'll start to make sense what I'm saying and why these thoughts are so beneficial in your life, because it progresses your relationship, because you realize, hey, yo, girl, like, yes, we're fighting right now, but this is growing us. This is fully growing us in that sense. And not to manipulate them in any sense, but just to be like, we are growing this relationship the proper way. And in a similar way, how I said things build off of other things. I told you, I said that you can't grow without that pain, you can't grow, and there's no loss without some gain. That's even what Big Sean says right here, just like there's no loss without some gain. You can't lose and then not gain, because when you lose, you'll gain back in much greater knowledge. And this is also studied through Stoicism. How Marcus Aurelius even says this all throughout his books, and I don't have a quote on me, but they're definitely in the book, because I'm currently reading the book right now. And there's no day without a blessing, It's just fully experiencing life and seeing that even through the loss, there's so much growth to be found, my guy. There's so much growth to grow from. There's so much to understand and so much to experience. It fully just starts from that spiritual journey with yourself. And even here, he says, just like there's no paydays without finesse. And if you're fully on the wave that I've been talking about, you'll see even here, you're putting in work and you're getting something out. The same way in a relationship, you're putting in work through that argument, through that time that you spend together, and you're growing that relationship. And the growth is going to come. It takes time. That's the thing that I love to preach too. Things take time, Rome wasn't built in a day. God didn't make the world in one day. They say this stuff through all these parables, all these stories, just to give us a glimpse of the true nature of it. The true nature of it being that things are different, being that growth is needed in this life, and that we are here to evolve. Even X was saying that evolution is key. Now we must continue growing. We must continue evolving. We must continue this road to evolution, because that is our purpose here. I don't want to go as far as saying that that's our only purpose here. I would just like to say that that's something that we have to keep our eye on. That's something that we have to focus on. That evolution is still needed in this life. And that we grow through life. Things are going to change. It's going to be different. Your thoughts are going to change. The things that interest you may not interest you in your time. And I know you notice this too, because you ain't a 2-year-old. You don't like having something in your mouth anymore. You ain't play with toys like that no more. It's changed a bit, You might play video games now. You might go outside. You might see work as a form of therapy. That's his whole own thing right there. That things just take time, and that's for sure. Now later in the song, Big Sean keeps going and says, I'm about to delete my Twitter and follow my intuition. Now I love this part right here. I used to have this on my wall. I look at my wall and it'd say, I need to delete Twitter and follow my intuition. I would just be like, in a sense, there's so many things bombarded at you on Twitter, and especially with Twitter's not safe for work features, it's just thrown at you in such a weird type of light. Like, I personally don't mess with Twitter. I don't got X like that. I've deleted it. I don't mess with it. And I just see that everything is just so thrown at you, and you don't really get the day of light to make your own decisions. Because when you see opinion, in an opinion, there's so many things after it, and it always seems just to be one consensus. Like, you can't think another way because you're just wrong if you think another way. And I personally feel like you can think whatever way you want about that situation, as long as it's logical and rational and for the overall benefit of society and the benefit of you. Obviously, don't go around killing people. Don't go around hurting people. Like, I wouldn't promote that in any sense. That doesn't make sense to me. But here, it's like so many things are thrown at you, and sometimes your intuition is the last thing that you follow. The last thing that you follow is your intuition, because you feel like you shouldn't even have an opinion, that you shouldn't even respect yourself. Even though you are totally open to having your own opinion, totally open to having your own thoughts about a situation, it's fully in your own hands to do such. And motivate you to do that after you finish this video. After this video concludes, I'd motivate you to sit down and be like, hey, yo, today, like, are there decisions that I actually made? Or were they more impulsive? Were they more just reaction based? Was it something other than what I wanted to do? Because you can obviously see what you want to do. You know what you want to do. You know what you should do. Deep inside, you know what you should do. And I really hope that you follow it. I hope you follow that intuition within yourself to know what you want to do and just to start getting after it. You know, there's so many resources to follow that. It's not about the resources. It's not about anything else. It's about actually doing it. People just spam stuff. There's so much spam on the internet, just about everything, like bombarding, like Illuminati is real, or did you hear about this beef? There's so many things thrown at your head, guy, that you have to just sit down sometimes and realize that, hey, I am in control. I even struggle with that, to be like, I am in control of all of this. Even like your thoughts, as I said, because your thoughts have a reaction, and your intuition also is straight from your thoughts. So control these things, as Big Sean is saying. Control these things. Now, this part of the song is key. It's not about the trophy, it's about what it took to grab it. And if you're feeling stagnant, just know you're attracting the energy that you put out there. You are a walking magnet. Here he's talking about the law of attraction fully. What you put out will come back to you in due time. And karma, what you put out will come back to you in due time. If you're projecting this negative energy is going to come back to you. You're in this negative energy because you're projecting it. And one other thing I would like to say that's really, really key to this. Through my spiritual journey, I've started to realize that life is like a big mirror. You face yourself in that mirror. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, make sure that you're doing the proper things that you actually want to see back. You know, what you put into that mirror, you're going to see that right back at you. You're going to see your reflection. So make sure your reflection is a good one. And that comes from internally. Internally, making those right decisions, saying those right things, and being who you truly want to be. Because you have that choice, bro. You have the opportunity to make that decision for yourself. Now, before I close this video off, I just want to show you one last thing that's actually really, really, really important throughout the song. The way the song ends. Right here, he says, but through the ups and downs, you make a blueprint that the city can build their own way out. And when they do, it's gonna feel like you almost did it. And you buy everything you want, but it barely make you different. And you find out random boot can't even compare to commitment. And you learn hearing doubts doesn't mean you have to listen. And you can't believe how much you made, not money, a difference. And find out everything you had was everything you missing. The everything you had in your life, when you're on that come up, is what you need. That's what you search for. You just don't realize that you have everything currently right now in this situation that you'd want in life. That happiness that you want, you can have it right now. It's a choice that you make in order to let it come. Now you're putting your focus on that external thing to validate it and to allow that thought and that emotion to come about you. But those emotions are also in your control, the same way that these feelings are in your control. I'm not telling you to go be a lunatic and just, I am happy, but in the same sense, it's all up to you about how you want to live your life. It's all in your hands about how you want to live your life. Big Sean even says it here. You have so many things that you think you want, you know, you want so many girls, you want so many girlfriends, but it doesn't compare with commitment. Because through commitment, you have everything that you even be searching for. And even hearing doubts doesn't mean you have to listen. This one's key too. Focusing that, yes, people are going to say things, people are going to hate on you. And this is something I'm going to focus on in the Monday podcast that comes out on Monday with Jay. That just because people doubt you doesn't mean you have to listen. You're your own master, my guy. You choose who you are. You choose what kind of thoughts come into your brain. You choose which way your life's gonna go. And that's why I want to reiterate that what you see is what you'll be. What you see yourself to be is what you'll truly be, because it's all up to you in order to properly put all these things together, all these little pieces that I've put, all these gems that I've dropped in this video to put together. People blah, 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 blah. And I want to tell you that throughout this video, there's so many things I talked about that are so important. One, that your thoughts are real things. Your thoughts are real things that you have to focus on. And I explained that throughout the video if you were paying attention. Number two, that things take time. Focus on that. You know that things are going to take time, and it's not going to be an easy road. It's going to be wavy. It's going to be all around the place. And it's not about success. It's just about how life works. That's just the laws of the universe. Yes, they title it Laws of the Universe, but that is the true laws of the universe right there in detailed format for you. So thank you for watching this video to entirety. Make sure to check out the Discord. And I love you so much. Thank you. Take care.